Yes, nice to meet Tornado.
How's it going, everyone? How's it going? How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone is doing all right. Everyone is doing super fine. So, hi, 44 no pounds. So nice to see you after a long time no see. So nice to see you back. Hi, Industrialist. So nice to see you back too. We'll be starting super soon. Don't worry about it. Robin is kind of crazy right now. He's like super crazy. I don't know what he's looking at, but he's kind of crazy today. So yeah, how's it going? Hi, Ricky. Ricky, do you sleep like which hour is like this the in which time zone are you or which hour is nearby? Robin, what are you doing? You're doing super crazy. I don't know what is he doing or what is he taking. What are you doing, boy? I don't know what he's doing, but he's like super crazy right now. I don't even know if he actually wrote something. I think he wrote something. Okay, give me just 1 second. Yeah, I think he did something. Do you want to see him? Like he's right here, but he is. Oh. Yeah. He's super crazy right now. I think my camera is like. Yeah, he's a beagle, but he's like super, right, super hyperactive right now. And I don't know why my camera is like that. Give me just. What about now? Are you able to see me now? There you go. So yeah, let's just begin with this because we're out of time. So let's just start. Let me just share my screen really quick so I can show you my slides. And you should be seeing me. Okay, nice. Thanks so much. Hi Spider-Man on Earth. Hi Ramagosh. Hi Ricky44 and everyone who's right here on this video. Hi Greg, it's so nice to see you again, everyone. And let me just start by adding the slides to this stream, and you should be seeing it right now, I think. Let me know if you are already seeing them. And if not, let me know too. But yeah, if you don't know me, my name is David. I'm a coach here at MLH. I'm also a software developer engineer at one company called Aspen Tech. We do software for industry, and when I'm talking about industry, I'm talking about chemicals, electricity, also labs. Like biochemical or like biopharmacy, like pharmaceutical industries and all the stuff. So yeah, we do software for them. I was also a GitHub Campus expert when I was a student. I just recently graduated on December of last year. I love hackathons and the hacker community too. This is why I participate a lot, like in all these events. I really love hackathons. So I found one hackathon at the north of Mexico, which is called a Tigre Hacks. So if you are from the north of Mexico or from Monterrey, please let me know so we can contact each other and we can talk about hackathons and all the stuff. I was also a MLH fellow at Meta. So if you want to know everything about the fellowship, or if you don't know anything about the fellowship, let me know in the comments so we can talk a little bit about the fellowship. So yeah, I was a fellow on summer 2022, something like that, Meta batch or production engineering batch. But yeah, pretty much I'm currently building stack startup, research tools, and more stuff that is super cool. So yeah, let's just continue with this. So today we're going to learn how to use Streamlit, and we're going to build a cool dashboard that is going to help us to track cryptocurrency uh, cryptocurrencies actually. So yeah, we're going to build that dashboard or that currency tracker with Streamlit and one of the Yahoo financial APIs. So it's going to be fun. And I think someone asked if this was a beginner's level. So it is. Don't worry about it. If you don't know anything about Python or you don't know anything about Streamlit, this is going to be super easy. Don't worry about it. It should be ready to go for beginners. So don't worry about it. Yeah, if you don't know what is Streamlit, again, don't worry about it. Don't worry if you don't know if it is a library or a framework or something like that. We're going to be explaining everything with these slides. And remind you, hey, David, I wanted to know about the ESA for the fellowship. If you want to know more about it, just send me a message on LinkedIn. If you don't have my LinkedIn, let me send you my LinkedIn so you can send me a message and we can chat a little bit about it, because the essay thing is like a super a long thing to do. So here's my LinkedIn. If you want to contact me on LinkedIn, here's my LinkedIn. So if you have questions about the fellowship, please send me a message on LinkedIn so we can talk about it. And yeah, let's just begin with the workshop. So first of all, what is a Streamlit? A Streamlit is an open source Python library used for creating web applications and machine learning also applications too. So you can combine whatever you want. You can combine data science, you can combine machine learning, and you can use Python however you want for making super quick web applications without the necessity of learning, HTML or things like that. And also it enables developers to build interactive and customizable web apps quickly, easily, and directly from Python scripts. We don't need to touch anything about JavaScript or HTML or things like that. Streamlit simplifies the process of creating user interfaces, allowing developers to focus on their data analysis or machine learning models without the need to have an expertise on web development. So yeah, that is Streamlit. And for the person asking, I think it was a Spider-Man. Spider-Man Streamlit is just a library that we are going to use that is going to make the web development easier for us. So if you don't know anything about web development, don't worry about it. You don't need to. A Streamlit is going to make our lives easier. So yeah, let's just continue with this. And why Streamlit? Streamlit is revolutionizing the way that scientists and machine learning engineers create interactive applications. But why should you choose Streamlit for your projects? It's like the main question. In this case, we have fantasy football analysis. This is just like a quick dashboard that we created with a few lines of code, and we have created almost a super complex web application, right? And the cool thing about the Streamlit is that it has seamless integration. We can use most of the data science machine learning libraries that we are kind of using right now on Python. So if you are using something like scikit-learn, Plotly, Matplotlib, Pandas, whatever you are using, TensorFlow, or all this stuff, you're going to be able to integrate everything with the Streamlit. So it is really cool. So because it integrates like super popular data science libraries, like all these ones that we have talked about, and it allows us to incorporate this advanced analysis and visualization into apps without the necessity of making some efforts to it, right? And also we have machine learning models, so we can integrate machine learning models and showcase the result of each one of them and in an interactive way, and it's going to be super easy. So yeah, let's just continue with this. So yeah, another thing that Streamlit does for us is that it allows us to create simple syntax and intuitive APIs. So we can have these combined like web frameworks like Flask or Flask API, and kind of use them without the necessity of having like a super complex API, you know? And also it's going to allow us to have rapid prototyping. So it is going to allow us to interact or to iterate quickly on your ideas and see instant updates in your web app as you make changes to your Python code. So as you can see here, we have some examples about the Streamlit code. So we have, for example, how we can write like H1s or divs or just messages. Well, not messages, but actually how we can use our HTML code like in a simple way. So if we want to create like a markup code, like for example, the one that we have on S3.write, as you can see here, we have like the hello world code, but also there is some interesting part that's on the world part, because we have like special characters that are going to allow us to make our world word a little bit bolder, you know, so we can just format our text without the necessity of using more stuff, right? Also, we have st.write stream for streams of the app with a typewriter effect, and also we have magic that at any time Streamlit sees either a variable or a literal value on its own line, it is going to automatically write our app using st.write. So we won't have any kind of problem. As you can see here, it's like super simple. We're not writing more than one line of code, right, for just displaying data. Also, we have deployment flexibility. We can deploy locally and also on the cloud thanks to Streamlit, because Streamlit hosts their own applications, and well, it allows us to host our Streamlit applications on Streamlit cloud, and we can also run them locally. So if you are using private data or somewhere like that, you're going to be able to run your own private data on your computer without any effort, you know? Sorry for that. But if you are using another cloud provider like Heroku, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Azure, or some of those cloud providers, you won't have any problem. Streamlit is like super easy to integrate in any of these platforms, and it's going to make our life super easier. I'm so sorry for that. And yeah, also a cool thing about Streamlit is that it is going to allow us to focus on data and on or our machine learning models and not on infrastructure. You know, we won't need to have or to take care about all this infrastructure that we usually do, like you know, cloud providers, or like infrastructure about having a front-end application, a web back-end application, having an application or a specific cloud part, or a specific server for running our machine learning models, another server for the backend, another server for the front end, and things like that. Is going to make our life easier in that way. So pretty much we're going to focus on data analysis and machine learning models without worrying about the complexity of web development. And also it allows us to create intuitive user interfaces. So we can create intuitive and user-friendly interfaces for your apps using a Streamlit wide range of pre-built components. Like for example, we don't need to create or to take care about inputs or drop downs or select boxes and things like that, or like having a specific chart library for creating like charts like the ones that we are seeing on the bottom of the slide, like the second chart and the first chart, and creating all this stuff like will be like a mess if we are using any other libraries like React or Angular or Next.js or all the stuff. If we want to build quickly applications that are going to be interactive and can make the work, Streamlit is a super good option. So the first thing that we're going to jump into is to check out the Streamlit documentation. So let me just paste in the chat the documentation of Streamlit. And pretty much we're going to use Streamlit for today's workshop. And what are we going to be building? It's the main question, right? We're going to hack a cryptocurrency tracker, something like this. We're going to be using Pandas. We're going to be using Plotly. Also, we're going to use Yahoo Finance. So we can be able to fetch all the data from Yahoo, like for example, Ethereum currencies, dollars, and all this stuff. Also, we're going to have on the part that is allows us to select the start date, the interval, and also the selector that we're watching out for our site. And pretty much is that is we're going to build our currency tracker so we can check out all the information that we want from the currency we're going to be using today. So yeah, what do you think if we jump into the Streamlit documentation? Okay, so I think I'm going to do some a little bit more. And let me know if that's enough or probably soon. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that better or am I still having problems? Okay, cool. I think it was just my internet connection maybe. Robin is super crazy right now. He's like biting his bed. What are you doing, dog? Like please watch him. Like he's kind of crazy. I don't know what he doing. Like for real, I don't know what he doing. I don't have any idea of what he's looking at, but he's like super moving his bed. He's biting his bed. Anyway, let's continue with that. Okay, if you're not seeing it, let me quick just super quick my background. Okay, give me just 1 second so I can put the virtual background a little bit. And you should be seeing now. Now he's quiet. I think he was preparing his bed or something like that. He was going super crazy, biting his bed and just taking care of making him comfortable. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Alrighty. Cool. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Yeah, he was making sure that his bed was like like already prepared so he can sleep again. Like he was sleeping all day. Like I'm always saying that he's a cat or he has like a cat skull, you know. But yeah, let's just continue with this. Okay, so this is a Streamlit documentation. So we're going to take out three things. The first one is setup installation API reference, so we can learn how to use the Streamlit and how to use each one of the components that the Streamlit has for us. And pretty much we're going to check out that. And another thing that we are going to check out is app galleries. So you can check out what is the Streamlit community building each day. But we're going to check out that later. For now, we're just going to jump into how we can install Streamlit in our computers. Today, I'm not going to check out my um, local computer. I'm going to use GitHub Codespace, and with that GitHub Codespace, I'm going to start doing everything that we're going to be building today. Right? So yeah, let's just continue with this. First of all, uh, yeah, totally. He has a lot of energy. If you don't take me out, he gets angry. But like today, like here in Mexico City, it's already midnight, like 00:30 a.m. almost, something like that. But yeah, if you don't take him out, he gets super angry. So you need to take him out like always, every day. So yeah, let's just continue this. Okay, so first of all, let me open my GitHub so I can start a new repository uh, that I can share with you. So if you want to follow me on GitHub, I'm going to pass you my GitHub profile so you can check out all the projects, not just this project that we are building today, but all the Wix projects that we have uh, for public repos. Type public. So you can check out all the Global Hack Week repos that we have created, not just for this Global Hack Week, but for all the Global Hack Weeks that we have created on the previous streams and all the previous Global Hack Weeks. So if you want to check out what have we been doing on Global Hack Weeks, please take a look into all the repos. The last one that we have built was our, but today we're going to create a new repo for creating our tracker. So give me just 1 minute until my is still cracking again, man. Mm-hmm. Testing on the tree, testing on the tree, testing, mic on the tree, mic check. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What about now? Is it better, or am I still hear myself like that? Still same. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Should be fixed now, I think. Like I'm checking on my ping and everything is. Nope. That's weird. Like I'm checking my ping right here and wow. Okay. It's working now? Are you sure? I'm able to open again my GitHub, but I don't know if I'm hearing myself correctly. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So let's continue by starting a new repository. Don't worry about this step. Omit this step. Don't reproduce it because we're not going to make multiple repos. I'm going to pass you the URL of the repo so you can just fetch all the changes that I'm making from my side. And yeah, pretty much. So let's just call this repo Global Greek crypto currency tracker. And the description is going to be money. Okay, so track all your favorite cryptos with Streamlit. And let's add a cool README right here and blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be the code that we're going to be using right now. So let me pass it with you right here. If you want to use WSL, you can use it. If you want to use CMD, you can use it. I'm going to use a Linux machine, and I'm going to use code spaces so I don't have to worry about dependencies or libraries or things like that. This is why I always use code spaces, so I don't have to worry about anything related with local stuff, So yeah, pretty much if you're already in the repo page and you have a GitHub account, just click into this code button, grid button that says code. And as you can see here, it opens the local menu, but we don't want that menu. We want the code spaces menu. And click into create a code space on main button. And after doing that, you should be able to check out that a new page is going to be open, and that page is going to load your crypto, your Visual Studio Code, or your GitHub code space. It's just a virtual Visual Studio Code that is going to be running on your browser. But the difference here is that it is not only Visual Studio Code, it's like a whole machine that is going to be running inside your browser without the necessity of opening anything. So as you can see here, a new terminal is going to be open, and that terminal is going to have all the stuff that you need. For example, if you want to check out like the name of your files, you can use like any Linux command that you know. For example, for checking out like all the files in the current folder, I use ls. If you want to check out what the README says, use readme.md with the cat command, and you're going to see that it is going to open the content of the crypto. Yep, let me just zoom in a little bit. Let me know if that is more than enough. Let me know if that is more than enough, eclectic and also industrialist, or if you need me to zoom a little bit more. Okay, so cool. And I think we have beginners right now on the stream, so don't worry about it. We're going to explain everything before getting into Streamlit. So first thing that we're going to be doing is just checking out creating a new file called Python. Main.py. That is going to be the file that we're going to be using for today, and also for creating our main Python file for rendering all the stuff that we're going to be creating today, right? So for the beginners, let me know if like at which level are you, like do you understand Python? Have you ever worked with Python? Or this is the first time that you're going to take your hands on Python, so we can explain a little bit more of the language before getting in Streamlit. And if you have already got into Python, then we can just check out like the basic stuff of Streamlit before doing all the things that we're going to be doing, right? And also, if you have ever used an API, or if you have ever worked with APIs or with HTTPS requests, I think. Okay, cool. Nuh-uh. Okay, I used it earlier, but good at basics. Okay, cool. So then I think we are able to go with the next question. Okay, with no, you mean no, you have not used any APIs and you have not experienced with fetching data from APIs, posting data to an API, and creating HTTP requests? Okay, you have dealt with APIs. Cool. What about you, Spider-Man? Have you ever worked with APIs? Is this the first time that you're going to work with APIs? So we can talk about a little bit. Okay, cool. If you're not familiar with APIs, this should not be a problem. Let me just open quickly a new file right here on Figma so we can explain a little bit of APIs before getting our hands into Python. Because today we're going to fetch API information from an API, and with that information, we're going to check out everything that we need for now. So, okay, cool. Let me share my screen right here. You should be seeing it now. And okay, cool. Let me know if you are able to see everything that I'm going to be doing right now. And okay, cool. Let me think in an example of blah, 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 blah. What should be a really cool example? Okay, I think I have it. I have one. Let me open my YouTube. So let me open a new channel, maybe Adult Swim, no, Cartoon Network. Let's imagine that we're going to get into cartoonnetwork.com or into Cartoon Network YouTube. Cartoon Network. Oh my God, why are we not able to see this? Are we not able to see it? What is going on with this? What? That is weird. Okay, then Chill Lolly, Luffy, Lollipop, Luffy. There you go. Let's assume that we're going to get into Luffy Girl YouTube video, YouTube channel, and let me just quickly create a screenshot of this and open this tab right now. And you should be seeing now FigJam, and FigJam is not more than like a diagram, like diagrams. So imagine that we're going to open the next URL that is going to be youtube.com Luffy Girl. So we're going to check out this channel, right? So how internet works is that, okay, we have our page right here, but for seeing all the information, for example, for this channel, we need to fetch a lot of data so we can put all the information that we have just fetched from our API into here, right? So Gary Network. Okay, let me check out Gary Network. Okay, Gary Network. Is it the crypto warehouse or which one? Okay, so while I have an answer, let me just put something here really quick, and let's call this API. So, okay, so we have three main things that we're handling here. The first one is a web page, right? Like our front end, the front end of anything. And the API is something that we call a backend. And also, let's call another thing a database. So we're going to use something called a flowchart. There you go. A database, right? So pretty much what are we doing here is that the API is the middle part that takes care of handling all the logics or all the logistic part of our web pages and our applications or our servers or whatever we want to do. And it's going to take care about everything that we're going to use for our applications. For example, security, logistics, intelligence, databases, and more stuff that we're not going to talk about. But the only thing that you should be knowing right now is that for each time that we open, for example, the URL of the Luffy Girl, we're going to make something called requests to our API. So when we're talking about requests, is that our web page or our application is going to try to communicate or to talk with the API, and is going to say, hey, please bring me all the information that I need for so I can be able to render this Luffy Girl YouTube page. So like the images of each video, like each one of the thumbnails, the name of each video, the name of the playlist that I have, the Discord link or the information about the Luffy Girl channel, the main image of the channel, and all the stuff, you know. So we call the communication from the client to the API request, right? So request is the one that communicates from the application or from the client side to the server. And when I'm talking about server, it's just like a machine in somewhere in the world. Yeah, like a machine in some part of the world that is going to be on or is going to be running our API, right? And we're going to process that request that the user or the client is going to make to our API, and we're going to respond to something, right? The communication of making a request from the API and responding something to the client is going to be called a response, okay? So we're going to call that thing a response, and we can pass a lot of things, like not only like a response like yes or no. We can handle a lot of information in that, like a response. We can respond objects, server actions, fields, database things, and more stuff that we're not going to be talking about today. But yeah. I would recommend FastAPI. Recently deployed fairly complex AI project with Next as the front end, and FastAPI handling a lot of AI models. And it was really fun to build with. Plus, it introduces strict types in Python, which is always great. Yeah, sounds good. Like actually, FastAPI is a really good option if you want to build backend applications. So yeah, pretty much if you want to get into backend development, and with Python, I will recommend to use FastAPI too. FastAPI is super good, and if you want to be a little bit more, get a little bit more context or to get more into backend development, yeah, FastAPI is a really cool tool. So yeah, going back into API requests is that with request or in responses, making these petitions to the server or to the API, we are called HTTP requests or HTTP responses. So what is HTTP is just a protocol that we're using for communicating between each one of the parts of that make our application, like the API, the DB, and the web page, right? So HTTP is a protocol that we use, for example, for our URLs, like HTTPS for handling security, and pretty much is a protocol that enables security in the communication between the server and the client. So pretty much we call HTTP requests the following ones. There are 4 main ones. They can be get, post, put, and delete. These requests are mainly used for different purposes. The main ones are fetching data, uploading data, updating data, and deleting data. So these are the main purposes of each one of them. Like each one of them are used for different purposes, but the main ones are fetch data from server, post uploads data to the server, put updates data that is already in the server, and deletes data that is on the server, right? So yeah, pretty much these are the main actions that we have for HTTP requests. There are more like patch or and other stuff. So I think I didn't even finish my example here. So yeah, pretty much APIs not only communicate like request response, but they also do a lot of stuff like communicating also with the database. So for example, in this case, I'm going to be communicating with the client, and I want to fetch information from YouTube, so I can have like for example the information of the Luffy Girl YouTube channel. Let's assume that we pass as a ID the name of the channel, like Luffy Girl. So the API is going to check out on my DB if there exists information from the Luffy Girl channel. So we can retrieve that information from the database, or maybe not from the database, but also for more complex architecture, like a database, cloud servers, image providers, and more stuff that it gets complicated. But like it talks with each one of these things that build our API, and pretty much the communication between each one of them is what the API is going to take care of. So we can fetch all this data and we can pass this data finally to our YouTube URL or to our web page, and the web page is able to build all this stuff that is right here. So pretty much this is how APIs work at in a super simple way. And we're going to be using today APIs for fetching information about the currencies that we're using currently. So in Y Finance, okay, so let me share you the library that we're going to be using. It's called Y Finance, and it downloads market data from Yahoo Finance API. So it is cool because we are going to be able to fetch all this data without the necessity of doing something super complex. We can just say like ticker and the name of the currency that we want to check out, and we are going to be able to get here historical market data, show meta information about the history of like the kind of currency that we're trying to check out, like stocks, currencies, cryptos, and all stuff. Show meta information about the history and show actions that we can check out for all this stuff. So we're going to use this library so we can check out the Yahoo current finance API. So cool. Let's just continue with this. Let me know if the explanation was a little bit good. So we can continue with this spider. And if it was a little bit more clarified, let's just begin with Python. So first of all, we want to install Streamlit into our computers. So for doing that, we're going to use something that Python has that is called a package manager. Package managers are not more than um, tools that Python has already built in that we can use to create to fetch up libraries from the internet, and pretty much we're going to do that. We're going to use the Python package manager, which is called pip, and we're going to use pip to install and the name of the library, right? To complete the command. The name of the library is called Streamlit. And as you can see here, after inserting this, a lot of libraries are going to be installed. Like you're going to see it, like a lot of information, like requirement already satisfied and downloading in the name of the library or the package that it is installing. And after everything is up, you're going to see that we have already installed successfully everything. If you have an error, like right here, let me know. And also, if you want to check out which one is the command that we have run right now, it was just pip install Streamlit. You should be seeing it now, I think. So we can track shows blah, blah, blah. If I mess up, I have code speech ready to get cool, nice. Okay, yeah, no problem, no problem. So can we track actual stocks as well? Yeah, you can. You can track like Microsoft stocks, new stocks, Meta stocks, Apple stocks, and all stuff. Yeah, it was just a call. So if the explanation of the API part was more than enough, or if you need more help with understanding a little bit more of APIs. But yeah, let's just continue with this. Okay, so we have already set up our Streamlit part. So what next? Like, what do we need for getting into um, into Streamlit, right? So for Streamlit, we want to create a first app like this, and on our main.app, where main.py, we're going to import the next libraries: Streamlit as st, pandas as pd, numpy as np, and we're going to add a command called st.title, and we're going to put this right up, right? So for now, for checking up if our application is running, we're going to run the following command: streamlit run, I think. Nope, it's actually streamlit. Oh yeah, the streamlit run and the name that is main.py. So as you can see here, now that we have run a Streamlit with the name of the file that we want to run, a new URL is going to be open that is going to contain our Streamlit app. So we go to a port, and if we go to the ports menu, we're going to see that a new port has been opened. And if we click into open in the browser button, it is like the web the web button, and we go there, we're going to see that a new title has been created, and it says Uber Pickups in NYC. And if you have to get into here, let me know so we can continue with this. You should be seeing just like this little thing right now. Hey, for local machine, which version for Python should we go for? I think my Python version is, let me just ensure that I'm not lying to you. Python. I'm using Python 3.10. Whatever Python version of 3.10 you are using should be ready to go. Yeah, it is almost the same. I think the main difference is like how Windows manages libraries or manages, yeah, like the install libraries, but it, you should be able to run everything that we're doing right now. So yeah, you should be seeing until now this part. And if you have any problems or any troubles, just let me know. And once you are here, the next thing that we're going to be doing is to follow along the demo that Streamlit has for us. Right here, let me pass the link or the URL of the demo that we're going to be following. And pretty much we're just going to fetch some data that Streamlit has for us. So we're going to copy and paste the part that says fetch some data, and we're going to fetch data from we're going to fetch a CSV that is pretty much just data, and we're going to load to create a new function called load data that is going to take as an argument a number of routes. And for each route that we are going to use, we're going to lowercase the name of that route, and we're going to rename it as a lowercase part, and we're going to select the date column, and we're going to return the data. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Okie dokie. So let's select this one and paste it right here. Okay, so we already have the column and data URL, and now load data. So everything is almost ready to go. The only part that we're going to modify is just adding this other part or other bunch of code, and we're almost finished. And yeah, you should be almost done, I think. So if we go back here and we reload, it says loading data and done. So the only part that we are going to be using now is okay, we have already loaded data, but we want to actually show the data that we're yeah, so far we have only installed Streamlit. We have not installed anything else, and we yeah, pretty much we have just installed Streamlit. So already we have already our data loaded. So what else? What do we do with what do we do with all this data? Should we use something else? And the cool thing about it is that we can just load the data that we're going to be using right here, like this, with st subheader raw data and st.write that we're going to be seeing right here. We're just going to insert these two lines, and if we go back here into our Streamlit page and we try to load this, we're going to see that our raw data is going to be loaded already. So we have datetime, we have lat, lon, and base. But as you can see here, our columns are like looking kind of cool, right? So yeah, let's just continue with this. So we have already our columns working, like all of our routes are working cool. So yeah, pretty much we have almost finished with this part. And as you can see here, we have just like used less than 20 lines of code, and we are able to modify a table. We have inserted information into a table, and now we're able to check all the information that we want in our code, right? So that is cool. And let's just continue with this. Okay, so far, let me know if you have been able to follow the tutorial that I've just sent to you on the chat. The docs.streamlit.io get started tutorials create an app. So we can continue with this. And yeah, while I wait, let's just jump into components. So until now, again, we have been able to plot data into our application. And what the tutorial does next is just to plot data, filter the result with a slider, use a button, put everything together, and all the stuff. But we don't want to waste a lot of time right there because we want to jump into the the components that Streamlit has. So let's just jump into components. So we have custom components, create a hub, component gallery. So if we go to component gallery, blah, 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 want this component, want to build your own, blah, blah, no, I don't want. I want the docs, core, architecture execution, blah, 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 design. Where is it? Component gallery. Set up into custom components. No, I don't want this. I want the API reference. Yep, here we are. We're already on API reference, and with the API reference, we have like all the tools that Streamlit had for us, so we can build cool applications like text elements and subheaders, insert LaTeX code here, performative text, third-party components, data elements, data frames, COM configuration, and all the stuff that we're going to be checking out today, right? So, yep, let's just continue with this. We have already reached almost the hour of this stream. So what do you think if we give us 5 minutes of break and we'll be back in 5 minutes? So in the meantime, you can just get a glass of water, go for a cookie or something like that, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. All right. So I'll see you in 5. Yeah. And we are back. Let's just continue with this. What do you think about the tacos? Yeah, I know, right? I also I'm also hungry too. Like you're not the only ones who are suffering right now. Like I really want the taco right now. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like I think I'll be going for some tacos after this. Like after this treatment, I'll be going for some tacos. Like long like late night tacos are the best tacos, and they revive you. Like they make like quick revive. Like have you ever seen this black up thing that says quick revive? Well, these tacos, the late night tacos, are quick revivers. And usually Mexicans when they are going to party, like party hard or something like that, like go partying on Friday or something like that, they usually go for late night tacos, and late night tacos are the ones who are going to save your life always. So if you're sometime in Mexico City and you want to go out for good tacos, just send me a message. And yeah, taco dates are going to be like awesome. I would totally recommend going to taco dates. But yeah, if you're sometime in Mexico City, if you want to eat good tacos, just let me know. We can go for the best tacos in the city, and we're going to make a taco tour. Uh, Hey, but you have like a lot of good food, right? Like, are you on IST? Like, are you in India or some of Asian part? It is South. It is considered South Asia, right? Or is it like West Asia? Huh. I'm wondering if it is South Asia or West Asia. Yeah, let's just continue with this. Okay, so we were taking out the Streamlit components that Southeast Asia. Oh, cool, nice. Um, so yeah, we were checking out the Streamlit API with all the components and elements that the Streamlit has already built in, so we can just use it. So the first one that we're going to be using is the left sidebar, so we can check up all the options that we're going to be using for this. So I'm sorry for that. So the first thing that we're going to be using is um, the left sidebar. But before doing all of that stuff, we want to first import all of the libraries that we're going to be using, right? So the libraries that we're going to be using besides of Streamlit is the Y Finance that we have already checked out. So let me just pass to you the command so you can check it out on the chat. And so yeah, I just run pip install y finance and you should be ready to go. Let me copy this and go into my code space and open a new terminal, get into Bash and do the pip install y finance. And alrighty, so we already have imported pandas um, and a Streamlit, but we're also going to use another thing called Plotly, which is it's a library that allows us to create really cool plots for our applications, like these ones that you're seeing right now, like these plots that we're using right here. It is super scalable and it helps a lot to build awesome apps. So yeah, pretty much we're going to use Plotly to create all this stuff. So let's just continue with this. So for installing Plotly or Dash, we're going to actually use pip install dash dash first to do blah 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 Plotly. How's this called? It is called Plotly X, I think. Plotly that express. Plotly Express. Mm. Yep, we're going to use Plotly Express here, but the thing is that I'm not really sure. Yep, here we are. So, ported blah blah, Plotly Express. So which library should we use for importing Plotly Express, KLS as ChatGPT? Um, what is Plotly Express? Awesome model and Plotly library, popular, blah, blah, blah. Here's the spelling, blah, blah, blah. How? I'm just asking ChatGPT how to install this because I'm not really sure if we need Dash. So how do we install it? So to install Plotly Express, you can use to install Plotly and okay, cool. So it says that we should just be able to use it if we do Plotly. If we do Plotly and you should be ready to go with just Plotly. So let's just do that. Let's try to check out if this works. So Peewee, okay, so we're going to keep everything clean. And while we wait for let's just import Plotly Express as PX, and also let's import the Y finance as YF, and also we want to import daytime. Import how's this called? Daytime. From daytime. Oops, sorry for that. From daytime, import daytime, and from daytime, import what else? Date. So then I think we should be able to import just command date. Yeah, to do this. And yep, pretty much is this. Can you please share the code of Python? Can you repeat that again? Shrewag, is it Shreya Grawal? Shreya Gawal? Why are we selling Y Finance Probably a little confused? Yeah. So remember that we're going to build all the stuff. So we're going to use Yahoo Finance, which is just a page that takes care of tracking all kind of currencies, stocks, and money information. In like too long didn't read, we're going to use money information that we want to display. So for fetching that information without the necessity of handling API requests, Yahoo Finance has a library called Y Finance that allows us to create all those requests to the Yahoo API. So we're going to use Yahoo Finance to get the money information, and we're going to display it with the help of Plotly. Plotly is going to help us to display that information in a chart like this one, like the crypto tracker chart. And we're using Streamlit so we can create this dashboard or the parts that are on the top, like the menu that is like the hamburger menu, the crypto tracker title, the menu options, the select item options, like the which crypto do you want to visualize, the left bar, the bottom that says generate, and all the stuff. This is why we're using Streamlit, and we're using Pandas for handling the information in a way that we can use arrays and all the stuff. So yeah, pretty much. How do you show the table? Which table? The you mean this table, like this one? We were only following the tutorial that I sent right here. We were taking a look into this tutorial, docs.streamlit.io, get it started, tutorials, create an app, and we created like the first steps of the app, but we didn't continue because we wanted to get it started like building our currency app. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Okay, so from daytime, we already have imported the daytime. Again, we're importing Y Finance so we can get the money information or the currency information. A Streamlit so we can build our UI. Pandas to managing information like arrays and all the stuff. NumPy also we're using it for handling data Plotly data express is just for creating our plot or our charts, and datetime for we're importing datetime and date so we can manage date times for our dashboard that we're going to build. All right. So now that we have that clear, let me just continue with this. And we have already import daytime, pandas, Streamlit, white finance. So I think the only thing that we need right now is the util, so we can use relative delta variable. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use that from date util. Yeah, there you go, relative delta. This is just a constant that we're going to be using in our code right now, but don't worry about it. And yeah, pretty much we are almost there. So the first thing that we want to do is to have change the name of the title of our app. That is going to be our crypto currency dashboard tracker or currency tracker. And let's just erase all this stuff that we have right here because we don't want to use it right now. And now that we have that, we want to have a sidebar. So for doing that, for having our sidebar, we want to use to have a section that says sidebar. And that sidebar is going to use sd.sidebar.title, and this is going to be options. And also we're going to use c.sidebar that select box, sidebar that select box, and select a cryptocurrency. We're going to use Bitcoin, Ethereum, and LTC USD. So pretty much, well, what have we done with this is just, first of all, modify the title of our web page that is going to show, like as the title is going to be cryptocurrency tracker. Then we're going to add a new sidebar at the left. And with that sidebar, we're inserting inside that sidebar a title that says option, and we're selecting a new select, and we're creating a new select box that says select a cryptocurrency. And the options are going to be BTC USD, ETH USD, LTC USD, and with that, we're almost there. All right. So let's see how our application is looking right now with all these changes. So if we reload the page, we're going to see that we have already our sidebar with the options, and our sidebar is already openable and closable. So if we select, if we click into the option that we want to select, we're going to see that we can select or use any of these options that we have right here, right? So how do I pull this? I'm left behind. Okay, so for pulling the changes, let me just get my main.py. So until now we have at main.py, we some Streamlit and installed libraries. Before pushing my changes, one good practice is to have all of my libraries installed into a package called requirements.txt. So let me just add all my .txt. So let me add all the libraries that I'm using right now, right here on requirements, pip freeze requirements.txt. Whoopsie, I don't want all the stuff. I just want finance, y finance. Okay, pandas also. Give me just 1 second until I can select all my Plotly. Okay, yeah, so we're using Plotly, And all this stuff that you're checking out are just the packages that my Codespace has already installed. But you don't want that. Like you don't want like all these packages. You just want the basic ones like NumPy, Pandas. Um, Let me see. We're using another one like Matplotlib should be good. Which other one? Jitterbird? No, 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 no. Is the beat? No, no. Oh, Streamlit, right? I think I deleted the Streamlit. Yep, I think I deleted the Streamlit accidentally. OP, yes, Streamlit. Where are you? Oh yeah, there you are. So sorry for that. But yeah, I need to delete this stuff because I want you to be able to install everything that we are going to be using right now, like super easily without any problem. So I'm going to show you how you can use all the stuff without having any problems. So you can just run one command and install all the necessary libraries on your computer. So we have Mark, blah, 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 Jupyter, all this is a mess. So sorry for that. So we have like Python, JSON, Jupyter, markup. Yeah, we don't want any of this stuff, I think. And it's get the feature that created the book by I don't think we want any of this stuff. So yeah, pretty much we have Matplotlib, Pandas, Plotly, Stack, and NumPy, I think. So pip NumPy version maybe. Oh, well, forget about it. Pip list maybe. There you go. NumPy, where are you? NumPy. So sorry. Let me just get NumPy ready to go. And be NumPy. There you go. NumPy is going to be equal to 1 point this. And this should be equal. So yeah, now that we have requirements.txt, now we are able to add our requirements and main.py. And what you want to do right now is just to go here into terminal, open a new terminal, and with that you want to do git pull origin main. And with this, you should be able to fetch all the changes that I already have pushed into the branch. And unable to install relative data. What do you mean with that? Like, are you getting an error that you are not able to install relative data, or what do you mean with that? And also, remember, I'm using Codespaces, so we don't have any kind of problem with dependencies. If you are using Windows and you have some other version of Python, like Python 3.2 or 3.3 or something like that, that may be a case of error or something that is triggering an error, maybe library or dependencies or versions or things like that. So that is why I'm using a Codespace. But if you're using the Codespace, let me know how, like the full error that you're taking a look into it. Another cool thing to be using is virtual environment. Virtual environment allows us to create to use virtual environments with our computers, so we don't have dependency errors and things like that, and it allows us to create our own environments locally, but in a virtual space. So it is good, and it's kind of hard to explain it like this. So yeah, it's just Windows is always fighting with Python. I don't know why, but yeah, Codespaces. What is Codespaces? If you go into this repo, the repo that we have just created, and let me just update this. Yeah, pretty much. If you go into this repo that we have just created and you get into it, you should be able to create a new code space. Then a new code space is the Visual Studio that we have right here. This Visual Studio space is running on my browser. It is not running on my computer. It's running on my browser in a server that GitHub has for you, and it allows us to have your own Linux machine on the cloud, and it's going to run everything on the cloud. You're not going to worry about anything that you're going to check out like this. So yeah, this is why we're using Codespaces. And how you can get into Codespaces is by getting into this repo, clicking into this green button that says code. You're going to see that it is going to open this menu that says local. You don't want that. You want the menu that says Codespaces. So click into Codespaces, and a green button is going to appear right here, and it's going to say create a new code space. Click into that button, and it's going to open a new window that is going to get you into this part or this window that is your already built-in IDE, or well, it's not an IDE, but your online code editor, so you can build your own application and run everything in your Linux machine. So yep, pretty much this is a code base, and this is what are we using today. So okay, so if you have already pulled your data and you have these requirements.txt, you're going to see that this requirements.txt has a lot of libraries we're using. For installing all that stuff, you want to do pip install r requirements.txt. And all the dependencies that are indicated here on the requirements.txt are going to be installed super quick on your computers or on your machines. So yep, let me paste the command that we're using, pip install r requirements.txt, and with that, you should be ready to go. Okie dokie. So let's continue with this. Okay, so we have already installed everything that we need. We have Finance, Streamlit, Pandas, NumPy, Plotly, Datetime, Datutil, Retrieve relative data, and we have already created our main part of the sidebar, right? We have already like the selected options and all the stuff. We want more options or more clickable things that we want to use. So the other part that we're going to be using is st dot sidebar dot date input, and we want to have we want to use relative data for calculating all the stuff that we want, right? But instead of using years, we want to use months. And we want to say start date, and use the date that today. And yep, I think we're good with this. So yeah, this is just going to be an input that is going to allow us to select a current date that we want to use. And if we go back here into our application and we reload everything, we're going to see that we have already our date input that is just like a selectable date calendar that we can use wherever we want. Like for example, April or from 2017, something like that. But as you can see here, we have already built select box and also a calendar selector, date selector in just how much? Like 3 lines, like 4 lines of code, like excluding all the libraries that we're importing. So this is super cool, actually. We have been able to build like super complex things with just 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 lines of code. So this is super awesome. Alrighty, so we have already our start date, and we need to do our end date, right? Now that we have our start date, we want to do an end date that is going to be date.today. And as a start date, we want to have date.today minus the relative data that is going to be 1 month from today, right? So already we have already built in that. So now we have to have another input, which is going to be our data interval, which is just going to be a select box with some options that we're going to be using. But for now, let me just do something like st.sidebar select box that um, that what? The select box and open a new parenthesis with with a message that says, for example, select a data interval, select time period, and just pass like the time period that we want to pass, right? And the maximum in this one is going to be 6 months from now on. And now that we have our select box, we want to have another um, more variables. But for now, let's just watch what are we actually building with this. So if we reload again our page, we're going to see that we have already our select box for this cryptocurrencies that we're going to be selecting the start date, the end date, and the time period that we're going to be using for each one of our cryptos that we're going to be tracking. How do you remember all these commands? Share your secrets, please. I'm not remember anything. I have like my notes right here on the left that I'm reading, but yeah, it's not like secret or I'm not like a wizard or something like that. Okay, yeah, let's just continue with this. So yeah, after doing that, we want to actually map which crypto symbol are we selecting. So for doing that, we actually want to have something that can actually check out which crypto have we selected. So for doing that, I think we should be um, able to what? Give me just 1 minute because I think I'm tripping. Yeah, I think I'm tripping with this. Give me just 1 second. I'm thinking. Let me think. Because we need to select like the data of the crypto that we want to actually select. So for doing so, we want to actually have a like the kind of crypto that we have selected right now, right? So if we go into our box and say something like, hey, the selected crypto is going to be stored in something called crypto mapping, and this is going to be equal to this. And now we want to have something like a variable that is going to take care of the crypto that we have selected. So selected crypto is going to be YF that ticker that crypto mapping, right? So we can track out like the data that we're selecting, right? But instead of this, it's going to be crypto data. And now with this, we're going to fetch the information of the crypto data that we have just selected. And after doing that, we want to actually have a value selector. So we can select like if we want to track the high value, the open value, the low value, the close value, or the volume value, right? So for doing that, we need to add another st that sidebar that selected. Yeah, instead of a time interval, we want to do select a what? Select value selector. So for doing the value selector to display, yeah, we want to use select a value to display just so we can add the options that we can use like open, high, low, close, and volume. And these ones are just the kind of values that we can choose for stocks on the market. So because cryptos are also on the market, we can do the same thing. Selecting open, high value, low value, close value, or volume value. And this is a weird thing that to explain because it's going to take us a little 15 minutes. So, so, so what? I'm sorry, I was reading the comments already. But yeah, because it is kind of weird to explain because it's going to take us like 15 minutes, something like that, just to explain how the market works. But imagine that that each currency that we're going to check out can have different values. It can have a high value, a low value, a close value, a volume value, and an open value. For now, we're just going to track up one of them, one of these values. But yeah, you don't need to worry about anything or to understand anything. We want just to fetch data right now. So after we have our value selector already declared, we want to do some other stuff right here. Give me just 1 second. Um, so yeah, we want to go back into our code right here, and we want to add another button like this. Like we want to conditionally generate a button, like say something like, hey, if we have selected everything, I want to create a button that says generate or track uh, cryptocurrency. And with that, we want to actually create a crypto history, which is going to be the data of our crypto. And we're going to pass some values to this. The first one is going to be crypto history, which is going to be a function that is going to download the info of our crypto mapping, and we're going to pass as an start value the st.sidebar that date input, the start date, and as an end value the st.sidebar that date input the end date, right? So we want to do this just for tracking our crypto history, and also we're going to create another variable which is going to be called fig, which is going to be px line. The px, remember, is just a Plotly Express value, and here in Plotly Express we can search up what is line. We just write line charts. So blah, 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 it's loading. So yeah, pretty much we're just going to plot this line right here, and as you can see here, we are just importing Plotly Express as px, and we are creating a new figure or new chart that is going to be px.line, and we're going to pass a data frame, and also we're going to pass more properties like x, what is going to say our horizontal line and what is going to say our vertical line in each one of the grids that we're going to map inside of our Cartesian map, like this one. So horizontally is going to say year, and vertically is going to check out for the life experience of our data. And the title is going to be life expectancy in Canada, right? Like this. So yeah, let's just continue with this. So we're going to do something kind of similar, but for our cryptocurrency. So we're going to say history that crypto history that index, and as a y value is going to be the select value that we want to check out. Like we want to check out open, high, low, close, volume, whatever. And after doing so, we are just going to say Plotly chart figure. So yep, let's just continue with this. Let's just add the final touch to this. So we're going to say Plotly chart figure. And with all this stuff, I think we should be able to go back into our page and go and check out what are we looking at. So if we want to do cryptocurrency of Bitcoin, and we want to check out from today, as a start date yesterday and as an end date today, which is 11. Let's just select an open value and duplicate select box, which is the same generated key. What are we doing? Oh yeah. I think there should be instead start date, like a variable, and end date. It's variable, and change this so we can use as a start value this like start date, and change this to end date. Okay, so what happened if I try to do this like this? Let me just reload this, and start date is going to be yesterday, and end date is going to be today, 1 day. Consider manipulating out select box widgets with the same generated key, px line crypto history index. Oh yeah, and instead of this, we want the selected value. So we want selected value. Okay, so we want to go back in our code and modify this so it says selected value, because we don't want to have multiple selection bars or select boxes with the same value, you know. So selected value, and it's going to be crypto mapping selected value price. So let's check out again our code right here and modify this by cryptocurrency, and ta-da! We have just created our cryptocurrency tracker, and we can check out how our cryptocurrency has been from May 12 to June 9. And as you can see here, in just a little bit of code, we have been able to check out everything that we want. So again, let's see what are we doing here. The first thing that we're doing is just creating a title from Streamlit that is saying cryptocurrency tracker, and we have a sidebar, and in that sidebar, we're including a title that says options, and we're using something called crypto mapping, which is just a select box. We have the cryptocurrency options that we want to track. In this case, we're inserting three cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and AltC. Also, we are creating another date input that is the calendar that we watched before, like the one that selects the dates that we want to check out. So we are just starting a new date input that says start date, and it calculates the value between today and the relative delta of 1 month on. And the end date is going to be just the st.sidebar that a date input of today is going to be the end date, and st.sidebar select box is going to be the one that we are just going to be selecting for the time period that we are going to be using for checking out the time periods of each one of the datas. And also we're using a new variable that says select value that can store just the selected value that we want to check out. Like if we want to check open, high, low, close, volume, and also st.sidebar button is going to track up check conditionally if our button has been already clicked, and if it has been already clicked, we're going to create a new variable which is going to be called crypto history, which is going to fetch data from Yahoo Finance, and is going to store it in a data frame called crypto mapping. Like it's going to use the crypto mapping data of the actual currency that we want to track, and is going to download the data of that crypto from the start date that we selected to the end date that we selected. And after that, after all the data has been already fetched from the Yahoo Finance page, we're going to plot that line with px that line and use crypto history, right? And the horizontal line is going to be tracking the index of our crypto history, and the vertical line is going to check out the selected value that we have just selected. And title is just the title of our chart that we have just plotted. And after that, we have after everything, we are just going to use a Streamlit.plotly chart, which is going to be the function that is going to plot our chart that we have just created with px line, and is going to check or to plot the line figure that we have just created. So, yep, pretty much. So if we go back here, you're going to see that we are able to check out like the values of each one of the currencies that we have right here. We are seeing that on May 20 or something like that, we have that the maximum value of that of Bitcoin has been elevated to 21,000 K. So to you, it is a lot, right? So let me just push my changes right here and say that plotted info right here. And let's add the confirmation and synchronize everything. So pretty much if you want to pull the changes, you should be able to pull all the changes. Right now, I already have push them into the repo. So yep, pretty much we have already created our cryptocurrency tracker with the Streamlit. As you can see here, we have just used 22 lines of code. If we don't count the imports, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 lines of code just for doing that. So it is super cool. If you want to keep doing, yep, we can check for other currency, maybe Ethereum. And if we track it, to the Ethereum USD open price, we can see that Ethereum has changed. Ethereum doesn't have the same value as Bitcoin, but it is there, it is working. And LTC is on 88. Oh my God, it is more than Bitcoin. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. So, yep. Uh, India Bix is that the name of the currency? India Bix, Nifty Bix. Let me check out on Yahoo Finance. India Bix, is it called like this? India Bix. Let's see if it is called like this. Quote number blah blah. BTC USD. Okay, I think it is called India Bix, just like this. Let me check out if it will work if we add India Bix like this. India Bix. Let's see if it works. So let me reload this and use India Bix like this and start it. Nope, we are not able to find it. Maybe if we use India Bix just like this. India Bix. Maybe if we use a special character like this. 5A India Bix. Let me see if this will work if we use a special character like this. Nope. What happened if we instead of use just India Bix? Nope, we're not able to find India Bix. I'm not really sure how we can track up like the India Bix component of Yahoo in Yahoo Finance. Quote India Bix. Interesting. I don't even play, to be honest. I'm not that into cryptos, but it should be like I think I'll be. I think it's sort like I think it's like gambling. Don't you think? Like just doing all the stuff. Like I've seen memes of persons like getting super into holding crypto, holding Ethereum, holding Bitcoin. That they're going to say no, hold. It's going to rise. It's going to rise. But yeah, I respect all the decisions, right? So if you want to do it, cool. Like I've seen a lot of persons getting super into Bitcoin, super into cryptocurrencies and into trading, and they're thriving. Like they're doing so good. Cool, nice. I mean, if you want to, man, like I'm not do whatever you want. Alrighty, so we have finished this. We were not able to check out IndiaVix. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the specific ID that we have not been able to find out. But if we use another currency, maybe let me check out like the market, the most active stocks, like Nvidia, maybe. Let's check out Nvidia. Just try to check out if Nvidia is doing good right now. I know that Nvidia is doing like awesome. So let's check out if Nvidia is doing good. Yep, Nvidia is doing awesome right now. Cool. So we can see here that we have Nvidia. So we were able to check out Nvidia, but now Nvidia. What about Apple? We add Apple. What is going on with Apple? We add Apple. Let's just update this. Select Apple. Okay, Apple is doing good too. What is not doing good? GameStop is not doing good. So let's add GameStop to try to check out if we can also see uh, those currencies that are not doing that good. So let's just update this and select GameStop and try. Yep, GameStop is not doing that good. But yeah. Okay, yeah. So we have already up almost get into finish of our workshop. We have already accomplished building our currency tracker with Streamlit, and from my side is everything that I have prepared for now. So if you have any questions or commentaries or anything like that, we can just talk about them. If not, this was all for me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you learn at least how to use APIs, how to use Streamlit, and how to build your own components for checking out like your thing in a Streamlit. And all those changes have been already pushed. I think, let me just do like custom stocks. And yeah, pretty much all the changes for making it work have been already done. Just for example, like the custom currencies, just get into Yahoo Finance and search like the name of the currency and uh, use it whatever you want. Like just check it out, and it is super. It's really a super good tool for building your own application and building build like in-house applications. I'll totally encourage you to take a look into it. And for my part, it is like everything that I have. So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next time. That is on 2 days from now, like tomorrow, I think. So the next project is just an introduction to modern web development. Is just going to have an introduction to modern web development, like check out which are the frameworks that the persons are using right now, what is going on, how we can implement AI into doing a lot of our web applications, and yep, pretty much. So thank you so much for being here. I'll be seeing you in other time. Let's have some tacos whenever you have time. And have a nice day. Have a nice global hack week. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.